TV, man. Yeah. I seen y'all yesterday.
Give a shout out to Money Brown TV from the Punchline.
Yo, it's your boy Ben Thompson from FightHype.com. I just want to send a shout out to my man Money Brown TV.
Yeah.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on after a fight word? It's your boy Money back with another one, man. And this one here is on my guy, Errol the True Spence. You know, conquering the welterweight division and becoming the cash cow at 147. You know, we all know Errol about to take on Mikey in about 15 more days. You know what I mean? It's going to be one hell of a fight. Salute to Mikey Garcia for stepping up to the plate. You know, got to give Mikey all the respect in the world. He did something a lot of other fighters weren't willing to do. You know, and that's getting into the ring with this killer Errol Spence. You know what I mean? But I just want to touch on how Errol stayed down and waited his turn. You know, and now how everything is starting to evolve around him. You know what I mean? Salute to Terrence Bud Crawford, one hell of a fighter. You know, Bud got to say so at 147. But right now, we know the PBC boys are 147. You know what I mean? And when you look at Errol Spence Jr., who first stepped on the scene, you know what I'm saying, wanted to fight everybody at 147. You know, this was no secret. You know, Errol was calling out everybody at 147 before he was even 15-0. Then when he did hit 15-0, you know, he called out Keith Thurman. He was ready to fight him. He was ready to fight Sean Porter before Keith Thurman. You know, but Porter wanted no smoke. And credit Errol did. Errol needed to build his name a little bit more. You know what I mean? He did need to build his name a little bit more. I will get him that. But when he was trying to fight all these guys, go look at the Devin Alexander and the Amir Khan press conference. You know, when Errol, he was in the back, he stepped up and said, eventually I will be here, headlining, you know, the main event cards, and hopefully fighting the top welterweights. And now it's his time. You know what I mean? Now it's his time. We know he was trying to get Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman did everything he could to avoid Errol Spence. You know, including even taking an entire year off. And we know he had an injury, this, that, and the third, but he gave him an ultimatum. Danny Garcia, Errol's name wasn't big enough, gave him an ultimatum. Sean Porter gave him an ultimatum. You know? And through all this time, Errol never complained, never was pissed off, never came into the media saying, oh, man, they won't fight me, this, that, and the third. None of that. He just stayed down, control what he can control, and eventually got an IBF title shot. You know? It wasn't easy to get that title shot. Had to go over to England. Well, I ain't going to say get the title shot. It wasn't easy to get the title. You know? Over to England. 30,000 screaming fans for Kell Brook and Bramall Lyon. You know what I mean? Facing arguably the top welterweight at that time in Kell Brook. You know, a lot of people make excuses for Kell Brook. Oh, he had an eye injury, this, that, and the third. You know, but that don't ride with me. Kell Brook was arguably the best welterweight at the division at the time Errol Spence beat him. You know, and Errol got into the ring, bit down in the first half, where Kell Brook was coming on strong. You know what I mean? But like I said, Errol bit down, made adjustments, and ended up stopping Kell Brook in the 11th. You know, making him take a knee and give up in his hometown. That was the start. Now, he defended it twice. Once against Lamont Peterson, who was a hell of a fighter. Once against Ocampo, who didn't nobody really know. But still, he was the mandatory, so he had to handle his business. And now he's taking on Mikey Garcia. Now, him and Mikey is on pay-per-view. $75. $74.99. $75. But the thing is, Errol is almost on his way to being that superstar if he can get Manny Pacquiao, if he beat Mikey Garcia. You know what I mean? Because the fight haven't happened yet. And I ain't going to be the one to say, oh, he's going to do this to Mikey, this, that, and third. Anything can happen in boxing. Mikey's a hell of a fighter. So if Errol get past Mikey Garcia, Manny Pacquiao said he want that smoke. Now we know Keith Thurman trying to get the Manny Pacquiao fight. But Keith Thurman, you wanted 2 tune-ups, right? Manny Pacquiao is no tune-up, sir. Manny Pacquiao is no tune-up. So if you can take the Manny Pacquiao fight, you can take the Errol Spence fight, the Terrence Crawford fight, the Sean Porter fight. You can fight any of those champions. You know, we know you think Porter is the easiest out of Crawford and Errol, so you might want to try to go that way. But if you in great enough shape to fight a Sean Porter, who fought you tooth and nail in the first fight, and some people thought arguably won the fight, you damn sure in a good enough shape to fight Errol Spence. So there's no excuse there, sir. There's no excuse when you say I want to be in the greatest shape of my life when I fight Errol Spence. But we know if you fight Sean Porter, whose whole makeup is built around his conditioning, you know, because we know Sean Porter gonna give you hell in the ring from the beginning to the end. You in good enough condition to fight Errol Spence. That's just point blank period, bro. You know, we're not that dumb or we're not stupid. So no, you're not going to get the Manny Pacquiao fight before Errol Spence if Errol beat Mikey Garcia. Go get you another tune-up. You know, go get what you've been asking for. You know, don't try to trick the fans. And the fans need to really pay attention. But if Errol can go in here and destroy Mikey Garcia how he want and how he think he's going to destroy him, and then go take on Manny Pacquiao, you know, in another pay-per-view fight right after Mikey Garcia, and destroy Manny Pacquiao, that makes Errol that superstar. He already the guy to beat at 147, but it makes him the cash cow at 147. You know? And I feel like everything will go through Errol Spence. You know? And I think Keith Thurman knows that. He knows that. You know, everything shifts. If Errol Spence can beat Mikey Garcia, then beat Manny Pacquiao on pay-per-view, he knows everything shifts. Same for Bud Crawford. And I respect Bud. Hell of a resume. Pound for pound #1. But if Errol Spence get his hands on Mikey Garcia and then go take out Manny Pacquiao back-to-back and do great numbers, hands down, Errol Spence is #1 man at welterweight. Errol Spence is the A-side of any fight. And Errol Spence get the lion's share of whatever's being negotiated at the table. You know? So, when I say Errol stayed down till he came up, the man really stayed down till he came up. And even though he didn't get the PBC boys to fight him, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, he came back to bite them in the ass. You know what I mean? Came back to bite them. You know? So this is what happened when you stay on the road to greatness and you don't sell yourself short. You know, you don't complain about nothing. You just take what's given to you. Keep trunking until you break through. And Errol Spence is the epitome of that. You know, he's the epitome of that. And I respect him. And I respect the other champions. But I see Errol Spence becoming the cash cow at 147. You know, he must make sure he take care of Mikey Garcia in impressive fashion. That's the first thing. Then he must make sure he secure the Manny Pacquiao fight. You know, Keith Thurman thinking because he's the WBA super and that Manny Pacquiao is a WBA regular, that it's a match made in heaven and it's ready to be made. No, sir. I seen Keith Thurman respond to a fan saying, "Oh, I wanted Floyd Mayweather when I was #1 up under him. I didn't get the fight. Manny Pacquiao is a legend. He's on his way out the door and it's now or never. Errol Spence, it's a tomorrow fight." No, 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 sir. No, no, no. Errol Spence, it's a today fight. You know, you said 2017 with Errol Spence. It's 2019, sir. It's 2019. We 2 years well overdue, right? 2 years well overdue. So you can say that, buddy. You know, Pacquiao say he want the winner of Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence, if Errol get past Mikey, us fans go push for that. Us fans are going to push for that. So you can cancel that call, Keith Thurman. Go find Sean Porter and take on him for your WBC back like you been wanting. You know? So salute to Errol Spence, salute to Mikey Garcia. It's going to be one hell of a fight March 16th. I do got Errol coming out as the winner. You know? And I do got Errol taking on Manny Pacquiao next. It's going to be one hell of a fight in Las Vegas. Ending the Errol Spence destroying Manny Pacquiao and becoming a cash cow. Y'all mark my words. Errol Spence will be the cash cow at 147 in 2020. And that's a fact, Jack. This your boy Money. This the ANSBC moving. Ain't nobody safe in these streets. Hit them thumb up. Subscribe to the channel. I'm out.